listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Well, hello and welcome to Six Figure Dog Business on Pet Life Radio. I am your host, Ty Brown of SixFigureDogBusiness.com. Now, this is the show where we teach you how to start or grow your dog-related business to a healthy six-figure per year profit. Now, today on our show, I am super excited. We've actually gone outside of the pet industry, and I've got a guest on today, Arvee Robinson, that you're going to have to listen to if you've ever wanted to figure out ways to get more leads for free into your business. So stay with us. We're going to be coming right back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause.
Be sure to tune in when Pet Life Radio goes live from Global Pet Expo, the world's largest annual pet products trade show. March 25th through the 27th, you can catch all the new products coming out for our pets before they even hit store shelves. From the latest in all-natural and eco-friendly products to the most elegant in pet pampering and high-tech innovations from companies all over the globe. It's at Global Pet Expo. Nearly 800 companies will be displaying new and exciting products to make time with our pets even better. Tune in March 25th through the 27th for everything Global Pet Expo.
This valuable information comes from your pet. There's nothing like a wagging tail or friendly paw to lift your mood. They're therapeutic and make us feel good. Studies show pets even reduce stress, prevent heart disease, lower blood pressure, and fight depression. So there you have it. Pets are a daily dose of good health and happiness. Pets add life. To learn more, visit petsaddlife.org.
Pets can be a wonderful addition to your life because they're a member of the family. Keeping them healthy and happy is important. Pet Life Radio presents The Pet Doctor with veterinary media consultant and veterinarian Dr. Bernadine Cruz. Whether you have a dog, cat, reptile, or rabbit, you'll find answers for your pets straight from the vets. The Pet Doctor, on demand every week, only on PetLifeRadio.com. Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Okay, and we're back, and with us today we've got a guest. Our guest today is Arvee Robinson. Welcome to the call. I have to say a big thank you for being on the call. I'm so glad to have you here today, Arvee.
Well, thank you, Ty. I appreciate this. This is exciting.
Well, I was actually going to read out your bio, but I figured it would probably be better coming from you. So before we kind of get into what I want to talk about today and what your expertise is, why don't you just give us a little bio about who you are and what it is you do?
Absolutely. I would love to, Ty. Well, I'm a master speaker trainer, and what I do is I teach business owners, professionals, network marketers, you name it, business owners, entrepreneurs, how to use public speaking as a marketing strategy so they can attract more clients and generate endless leads and explode their business every time they speak.
That is exactly why I wanted you on this show, is because I don't think anybody in the pet industry is doing this. And you might be able to tell me almost nobody in any industry is doing this. And that's why you've got a great service that you offer. But I don't know of anyone that's doing this in the pet industry. And so I wanted you on here because I wanted to pick your brain and I wanted to figure out what our listeners can do to become public speakers, to, like you mentioned, get endless leads and explode their business. So let's get into it. First thing first, why don't you tell us why business owners like me, like those listening to this call, should be speaking?
Absolutely. I would love to. Let me share with you 3 benefits of speaking. Now, first of all, we're just going to take it for granted that, yes, speaking will get you clients, get referrals, get you leads. I've already said that. But let me share with you why. Number one, it positions you as an expert. And we all like to buy from amateurs, right? No, we like to buy from experts. So it positions you as an expert in your field, and not only as an expert when you get up to speak in front of the room or on the radio or on the telecast, but it positions you as an expert before you even arrive, before you even utter one word, because wherever you go to speak, there's going to be a newsletter, there's going to be something sent out about you. So it positions you as an expert where you get instant credibility. Number two, you have to be visible to sell. Now, we all know that our economy is changing, the world's changing, and now we can't sit behind our computers or we can't hide behind advertisements. We have to get out there and be visible to sell. Now, why? It's because people are kind of hanging on to their money these days. There's plenty of money out there, ladies and gentlemen. There's plenty, but people are hanging on to it a little tighter, and they want to make sure that they're going to invest in you. They want to make sure that you're the right person to take care of their pets before they just launch and just get anybody. They might be interviewing several people. So you need to get up there and speak in order for people to get to know you. They get to know you through your personal story. They get to know you through your body language. They get to know you through your energy and your passion, and they can see if you're the right fit for them. So you have to get out there and start to speak. And you're right, there's very few people in your industry, Ty, that is using speaking. However, I did just recently had a client who came through one of my workshops, and she's a professional pet sitter, and she came through my workshop just about 6 weeks ago. And she learned how to create an elevator speech that'll get her business, how to do a self-introduction, and how to do a front-of-the-room talk. And her business in 6 weeks has doubled. It has doubled. Yes. So this is for everybody, no matter what industry you're in, and especially the pet industry, because guess what? Your competition isn't doing it. So get out there, take action. Now, number 3 benefit, it's a great way to build your database. Now, there's 2 places where the money is when you get up and speak. One of them is in the database. You need to have a substantial list. If you are going to market to potential clients, if you're going to one day put on your own workshops or invite people to a call or to the radio show or whatever, your blog, you have to create a list of potential clients. And 250 people nowadays is not a list. You need to start creating that list. Now, I teach people a strategy called the business card strategy, where they collect business cards every single talk and give something away for free. That's what you want to do. The second place where the money is when you speak is in the follow-up. So it's not going to do you any good to collect business cards if you don't put them in your database. So you need, don't put the stack of them on your desk and expect to get clients. You have got to put them in your database. You need to touch them, give them some tips that they can use every day, and they will love you for it and stay on your list. And, again, the warm leads. How do you get warm leads? This is $1 million idea, so write this down. Because you might be thinking, well, the business card strategy, that's cold leads and I have to drip on them. Yes, it is, but it still works, because I just got a client that's a gal that has been on my list for 7 years, and she just now signed up for my, it's a $2,000 program, and she just signed up. People will buy when they're ready to buy, but you need to keep them on the list.
I'm really glad you mentioned that, because when I'm consulting with pet professionals, that's one thing I'm always telling them: where's your list? Let's build a list. You've got to have a database, and you've got to market to that database. So I'm really glad that you mentioned that. And the other thing that I just thought was interesting, you are teaching, you mentioned you were just working with a pet sitter. And I know, because I know of you and I followed your career for a little while, I know that you work with a wide variety of professionals. How did this happen? How did you become known as a master speaker trainer?
Well, it was quite by accident. I spent 23 years in corporate America as a systems consultant, setting up financial accounting systems for small to mid-sized businesses. And my degree is in information systems. And back in the 80s, I joined a company by the name of Deloitte Haskins and Sales, which is a Big 8 CPA firm. And my boss came to me one day and said, Arvee, I want you to get out there and start speaking to grow the practice and to get business. And I thought to myself, well, piece of cake. I took one speech class in college. I thought I was good to go, that I knew everything there was about speaking. Well, 6 months later, Ty, I hadn't attracted one client, not one project, nothing. And I didn't know, for the life of me, what I was doing wrong. And then one day, something happened just like that changed my life. And that was this. This woman came up to me and she said, honey, I hate to tell you this. Now, Ty, if someone was to come up to you and say, I hate to tell you this, what do you think is going to come out of their mouth?
Yeah, it's going to be criticism, right?
Yeah, nothing good that I wanted to hear. But I was brave, and I said, what is it? And she said, honey, do you know that after every sentence, you say okay? No, I told her. I had no idea. I had no clue, but I got it at that moment, that I was my own biggest distraction. I got that. I didn't know what I was doing. What she was actually telling me, Ty, was that I hoovered. You know what a Hoover vacuum cleaner does? What does a Hoover vacuum cleaner do?
It sucks, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what she was telling me. So I decided that that wasn't going to happen to me again, and I became a student of public speaking. And I went and checked out every book in the library because we didn't have the internet back then, and I took seminars. Years later, I even joined Toastmasters. So I did everything I could, and I continued to learn, and I continued to go to classes on sales and marketing and speaking. And then as I got better, as I started learning these skills, I started getting results. I started making sales. I had full practice, and people in my firm wanted to know what I was doing. So then I started teaching them these skills, because the best way to teach it, or the best way to learn it is to what? Teach it.
It's to teach, yeah, exactly.
Right. So I started teaching them, and then one day the big boss called me into his office, and I thought, I'm in trouble, because I didn't have permission to teach these skills. I was supposed to be a systems consultant, making billable hours and all this. And so I went up to his office, the one, that corner office, ivory tower kind of thing, the guy you never see. And, because my firm had 2,500 people in it. So I went to his office, sat down. He says, Arvee, I hear what you're doing. And I feel my throat kind of go gulp. And he said, and I like it. As a matter of fact, I want you to teach these skills on a national level.
Wow.
Because CPAs have to have continued education a couple times a year. So they flew me all over the country a couple times a year. I taught these skills, did my systems work, and life was great. And then something else happened. And this time, it not only changed my life, but it changed a lot of lives. And that was 9/11. And when 9/11 hit, technology just took a turn for the worse. Nobody was buying, nothing. It was like a standstill. But more importantly, Ty, I started asking myself some real important questions like, how can I give something back? What do I want to do when I grow up, right? I was in this industry for 23 years, and there's nothing that my staff couldn't do that I could do. I mean, so it's time to do something and make a big difference. And I didn't know what at the time, believe it or not. So I prayed about it. And it wasn't long before public speaking came to me, and I knew it was it. And not just presentation skills, but to give something to business owners, entrepreneurs, to help them to grow their business through public speaking. That was the answer. And because I was in systems, I started creating systems for not only speaking. I have a 10-step speaker system, but I also have formulas for killer introductions and for sound bites and elevator speeches, because when you create a formula or a system, step by step, you can create duplicatable and proven results. So that's what makes me different from everybody else that's in a similar type of business. And I've just been helping people make a whole lot of money for the last 7 years.
Now, that is awesome, and that's some of the meat and potatoes that I want to talk with you about, is these formulas, and I know a lot of people are listening to this. Some people are saying, well, I'm scared to death of speaking. Other people are saying, well, I'm willing to speak, but where in the heck do I do it? And so I really want to get that from you, and I want to pick your brain about that. We're going to go to a break right now, but stay with us. When we come back, we're going to get some more great information from Arvee about how to, use these formulas and actually where to go to find client, where to go to actually give these talks. And so stay with us. We're going to be right back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause.
It's time for school for you and your friends, your furry best friends. Train your dog the fun and easy way with Teacher's Pet Sessions. Teacher's Pet host Pia Silvani teaches you step-by-step how to train your dog the fun and easy way. You get 8 30-minute live audio training sessions, complete transcripts of each session, plus a basic training manual to get you and your dog off to a great start. Training begins the moment you bring your dog home. Teacher's Pet Sessions offers positive reinforcement training to shape your dog's behavior and encourages upbeat, enthusiastic responses to ensure that your dog will enjoy learning. Teacher's Pet Sessions dog training is fun at both ends of the leash. So listen, learn, and laugh with your dog with Teacher's Pet Sessions. Get your copy of Teacher's Pet Sessions Volume 1 today. To order, go to teacherspetsessions.com.
Hi, this is Pia Silvani, your host. Bring your dog, tug toy, and treats, and get ready to have some fun.
teacherspetsessions.com.
How many pets is too many? Do you know somebody whose life is overwhelmed by their animals? Maybe we can help. We're looking for people to be in a new TV series about really large animal families. We can offer expert help, free resources, and the chance to tell their story. If you or someone you know owns a house full of animals, call us toll-free at 1-877-MY-8-PETS. That's 1-877-MY-8-PETS.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's All Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand. This is the place for a special paparazzi treat. Only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Okay, and we are back, and in our last segment, we were talking with Arvee about, her history with speaking and why business owners should be speaking. So those that are listening out there, I don't care if you're afraid or if you're not afraid of speaking, it's something you definitely need to consider getting into your marketing arsenal. Now, Arvee Robinson is the expert as far as using speaking to get endless leads and exploding your business. Now, you mentioned that you had formulas or a system. Can you describe maybe just a couple elements of your system that people out there listening can say, okay, I can take this right now and run with it?
Absolutely. All right, it's a 10-step system, but what I want to do today is to give you the three most important elements of that system, because we don't have time for all 10, but a little later in the call I'll show you where you can get the rest of the steps should you decide to do that. All right, so let's pretend that you have a sandwich, all right? So put your hands up. You have one hand is a top piece of bread, and the bottom hand is the bottom piece of bread. Now, what would happen, Ty, if you didn't have the bottom piece of bread? What would happen to your sandwich?
It would fall apart.
Absolutely, it would fall apart. And that's what happens to most business presenters. They start out great, they give some meat and potatoes, and then they don't have a close. So the top piece of bread, that is your opening and your rapport building piece. The bottom piece of bread is your close. I teach people 5 steps for opening and 5 steps for closing. I'm going to give you one each of those today. And the meat is in the middle. Your knowledge about pets, your knowledge about the health of the pets, that's in the middle. The benefits, that's in the middle. All right? That's your knowledge. You already know it. But the top piece, but we have to sandwich it. So the top piece, what you want to start with, the first step, is to grab your audience's attention. You want to grab it from the beginning, because what happens is your audience, they're thinking about what they might want to do for lunch or their next client or where they have to go. You as a speaker need to grab their attention, so you grab their spirit and put it back in the body and make them present. So you want to come out with an attention grabber, not start out with your name and your company. Nobody cares. They don't care about that until they know you care. And we do judge people. I mean, you're going to be judged. So come out strong, because people know within 30 seconds whether they're going to listen to you or not. They're going to judge you that quickly. So come out strong. Now, we were talking about fear a minute ago. The reason why people get scared is because they don't have a system to follow. They don't know how to start a speech. When you start it out with an attention grabber, I don't care how nervous you might be, and all that is adrenaline moving throughout your body. You take that adrenaline, you put it in your attention grabbing statement, throw it out there, and it comes back as energy. So an example of a great attention grabber is, I like to use enrolling questions, because they engage the audience both physically and mentally. And when you're engaged mentally, you can't leave, there's nowhere for you to go. You're going to stay right there and add physical element to it, and you've got your audience in front of you. So you want to say something that is benefit-driven. So oftentimes I might say, if I'm speaking to a group of people that want to be great speakers, I'll say, how many of you want to become powerful speakers? By show of hands. How many of you not only want to become powerful speakers, but you want to get clients doing it? Yeah! And you get everybody up and excited, and they're there with you. And now that adrenaline that you have just transformed into energy for you, which is going to propel you through your presentation. So that's the first step. Number 1, attention grabber. And that's in the rapport building. And again, there's 4 other steps to that. Number 2, the meat is in the middle, and what's going to go in the middle is what you're going to add is you're going to add success stories. You're going to add stories of people that maybe, they've gone through different pet sitters, and, you've saved their life, their pet's life, because they got out of the gate, or whatever it might be for you. So success stories about some of your clients. And number 3 tip that I'm going to give you is in the close. Now, this is $1 million tip I'm about to give you. All change in everything begins in language, and your words can either sell or they repel. So what you want to do is you're going to just tweak a word here, because most of us, even myself, I don't like to sell, right? Nobody wants to be sold to. We want to buy, but we don't want to be sold to. So change the word from what people usually say in a speech, which is call to action, right? I'm going to put in a call to action, which has sales written all over it, to invitation, right? So your offer is an invitation to do business with you, an invitation to have a relationship with your pet, an invitation to take the next step, to explore working with you. Doesn't that sound better?
So you're not necessarily saying, okay, thanks for listening to my speech, now buy my service. You're saying, thanks for listening to my speech, how about my free newsletter, or how about a free consultation, or something like that?
Yes, that's the way to do it. Yes, absolutely. Now, if you have something to sell, you're selling some sort of a workshop or program, yes, you can invite people to participate in the program. But like you said, you can ask people to participate in whatever the next step is with you, which might be, now you just said, did you say consultation? Is that what you said? Free consultation?
Like a free consultation. A dog trainer might do something like that, for example.
Yeah. Well, let me give you another word. This is $1 million word for everybody that's going to transform your business. And this is this. Now, when I used to give away free coaching sessions to build my business at the end of my talk. And that's what I call them, just like a consultation. When you say the word consultation, it's got sales written all over it because it's an overused word. So I'm going to give you another word. But I used to use free coaching, a free half-hour coaching session worth $150. And I would have people that signed up for it. But the problem was this, Ty. When I went to call them or have my assistant call them, we set up the appointment, I would go to the call. They were not there. They would miss appointments. It was so frustrating. And again, I'm like, why aren't they showing up? If they knew the value of this, they would show up. And of course, I want to talk to them one-on-one because I want to sell them into or invite them to participate in one of my programs. So I didn't know what the deal was, why they weren't showing up. I made one change, and here it is. I changed it from a free coaching session, because when I said free coaching, they expected coaching. Right? That's what they expected, the ones that came on the call. Now I'm coaching for free, and I'm not even marketing. I changed the word from free coaching to free strategy session.
Okay.
Free strategy session. Now, when you talk about strategy, all of a sudden it's equal. All of a sudden it's not coaching or free consultation. It's like, let's get together and let's strategize and come up with some ideas on how I can help you. In my case, help you become a powerful speaker and get business. In the pet industry, how you can, work with a pet. It might be pet sitting they need. It might be more pet training. It might be, but it opens up the whole world. And now you're on equal ground.
What I'm envisioning as you say that is, me as a dog trainer, I can see myself giving a talk and then saying, okay, get your free strategy session. And strategy session leaves it open to, okay, here I come over to your house and here's the strategy. You've got this problem, this problem, this problem. For this problem, it's going to take this and here's some ideas. This problem, it's going to take this, here's some ideas. This problem is going to take this. Now,
that's right.
In this program that I offer, we cover all of those different things, and that's where it's a seamless kind of transition from free offer to a sale. That's kind of what I'm getting from this.
That's exactly right, because now you are a solution provider. Now you can give them the solution and make that recommendation. Because even in my program, I have 3 or 4 different kinds of speaking programs. I've got group coaching, I've got 3-day intensive speaker trainings and private coaching. I mean, I don't know what to recommend to you until I know what it is you want to accomplish. See, that's the secret to becoming persuasive. That's the secret. This is the keys to the kingdom right here, ladies and gentlemen. In order to become persuasive and make more sales, you need to find out what your audience wants and give it to them. Don't just meet them and tell them all about the wonderful services you provide. Find out what services they need. Then only talk about those services until they can experience you. And then you might could share some others. Got it?
And that, for me, and I hope people listening are actually taking notes and planning on applying this information, because what you said hit the nail right on the head. In my marketing, in one piece of my marketing that I do offer a free phone consultation. And I have about a 90-95% closing rate of that phone consultation into business. But the problem is I don't get a lot of people taking me up on it because they think it's a sales session like you mentioned.
That's right.
So I can absolutely see myself changing that from free phone consultation to free strategy session, and people go into it with the idea that they're going to get strategies, and some strategies maybe they can apply on their own, but other strategies, hey, here's my company that can help you do that. That's a great tip. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And so that's really amazing. Now, we're running short on time, but there's one more thing that I want to extract from you, because you've got this wealth of information that you're giving us. There's one more thing that I want to get from you, and that is, like I said, I can see people listening to this saying in their heads, okay, this is great. I'm ready to go speak. Arvee's got me all pumped up. Where do they do it? Where are they going to go to speak? How are they going to get this opportunity to get in front of a group of people?
You want to speak where your target market hangs out. So for the best results, go where your target market hangs out. And in your industry, there's a lot of pet lovers and pet owners. Now, you can go to places where general people hang out, like chambers of commerce. I love speaking at chambers of commerce. Service clubs like Rotary and some of the other ones. Networking groups. So there's no end of where you can go, because people all walks of life have pets. So start in your own neighborhood, because that you're probably going to want, a lot of you want, you're going to want local people. So go to your local chamber and just start speaking. Now, again, I'm not recommending people that don't have any experience, don't do what I did, because you won't get the results that you want. If you learn the system and you learn and create an elevator speech that's going to attract clients and get people and be memorable and get people to remember what you do, that's how you're going to get the business. It's like a magnet. It's a license to print money if you do it right. So don't go out there like I did and try it on your own. Get some training, whether it's with me or somebody else. But you need to perfect 3 speeches. Your elevator speech for when people say, what do you do? To your self-introduction and your signature talk. And I know that Jennifer, the pet sitter that came to me, she had some enormous credentials and training behind what she did. And every time I would talk to her in the beginning, she's in my chamber, and every time I talked to her, she'd tell me all of this products and services and how she comes and picks up the mail and stuff like that. I'm like, no, that's not the benefit of what it is you do. And so we worked on it, and that's why she's had such amazing results, because she shifted from talking about features and talking about benefits to the pet owner.
Well, where can people learn this? I mean, how can people get in touch with you? How can people learn your system? What do they need to do?
All right. There's 2 ways. One way is through my website. I have a lot of free articles and videos and all kinds of great stuff. Actually, I'm going to say 3 ways. And that's going to www.instantprospeaker.com. Instant, like the coffee, pro, P-R-O, speaker.com. Also, you can call me. You can call my office at 909-949-8527. That's 909-949-8527. You can sign up for your own 45-minute strategy session, which is worth $300. Please do that. And the third way, you can always go on YouTube. I've got a channel called Persuasive Speaking, or you can find me through my name, which is Arvee. That's spelled A-R-V-E-E Robinson. And I've got a lot of training videos up there. So those are 3 ways that you can get this information.
And I need to put a plug in for your website, Instant Pro Speaker. I signed up recently for your newsletter, and I got some free audio programs. I love audio programs, and so when I'm walking the dog or when I'm doing something like that, that's my time for study, because I don't have a lot of time to study during the day, but when I'm doing something like that, that's my time for study. So I got to tell everyone, at least go sign up for that newsletter on her website, because you're going to get some free audio programs and even some free reports and stuff like that. So thank you so much, Arvee. Amazing information. People will be foolish to not apply whatever they can figure out how to apply to their business from what you've said today. Everyone is going to apply it differently, but thank you so much for this information. Thank you for being on our call today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. And just remember, if you can't say it, you can't sell it.
That's a good point. I like that. I like that tagline. And so, well, thank you for listening in today. To listen to more of this show, just go to PetLifeRadio.com and click on 6-Figure Dog Business. Or you can email me any questions, comments, or ideas at ty@PetLifeRadio.com, or go to my website, 6figuredogbusiness.com. Thanks for listening. Talk to you again soon.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.